Right, that was a really nice intro. I'm just like sitting here thinking, I'm in Ronnie Scott's performing poetry. I just had to send this set out to my music teacher who told me I'd never be a musician, and to my English teacher who told me I was going to fail my A-level. You see, I'm in Ronnie Scott's now, what? So we're going to basically tell you a couple of pieces, and the first piece really is about kind of how I came to jazz music. My friends used to call me Bird when I was at school, because I used to walk around with a couple of Charlie Parker albums underneath my arm. And the first John Coltrane album I ever heard was Love Supreme, and then I foolishly went out and bought the first John Coltrane album I could find, which was Impressions. And then I played that at volume 10 to my African mother, and she wasn't very impressed by that at all. But I did get to meet Marion Brown a couple of years later, so that was good. Anyway, onward and forward. The year is now around about 1987. I'm going to take you on a little story. Pirate radio, illegal radio, broadcasting through your stereo. Station sandwiched between stations on the right-hand side of your FM dial. And a boy with his head inside the speaker, learning about music. I'm learning about jazz music, about funk music, about soul music. I'm learning about labels like Blue Note, Prestige and Columbia. I'm learning about producers like Rudy Van Gelder and Quincy Jones. I'm learning about clubs, all-dayers, basement parties, and a place called Dingwalls. Now, for those of you who do not know, Dingwalls is a club where they play jazz music for people to dance to. But I'm not bothered. The thing that gets me is that Dingwalls is on a Sunday between 12 and 4 p.m. So what that means is I can tell my African mother that I'm studying at Danny Stringer's house. And Danny Stringer can tell his mum that he's studying at my house. And as long as we are home by 6, it's all cool. So, with some fake ID and a quick pat down from the bouncer at the door, and the next thing you know, I'm in. And I'm like, yo, this is the most amazing place I've ever been in my life. It's dark, it's damp, it's dingy, it's stinky, it's really, really smelly, and it's mine. The thing is, I've never been to a club before, so I don't really know what you're supposed to do. But like any self-respecting b-boy, I make my way to the dance floor. I dart through some stinky bodies, and the next thing you know, I find myself on the edge of the circle. And I can see them, the dancers I've heard about on the radio. I can see Marshall, Gary, Jerry from IDJ. Stands for I Dance Jazz. And then I see him. Oh my God, it's Sweaty Tony. Ah! Now, Sweaty Tony is 6'6" and he's wearing dungarees. And he has got muscles in places that you could only dream about. Plow, 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 plow. Plow, 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 plow. 6'6" and he's wearing dungarees. Now, Sweaty Tony is in the middle of the dance floor in the circle, and he is spinning and he is sweating. He is spinning and he is sweating, and the sweat is flying off Sweaty Tony's body into the eyes, ears, and faces of the people gathered round the side of the circle. Now, my best friend told me on the very first day of school, you walk into the playground, you find the hardest kid you can find, and then you smack him in the mouth. That's how you get respect. So, the way that I'm gonna get respect, I'm gonna take out Sweaty Tony. Yeah. With a flick of the wrist, the DJ brings the next tune in, and I sense my turn, and I step into the circle. I start getting down. I get so into it. Next thing you know, I'm going into my special jazz move. The move, my friends, I've always known as the skip. As I'm skipping around, next thing you know, I get ready and I hit the floor. And then I go into the patented Charlie Dark Freeze. Oh! The crowd goes wild. I can feel people helping me up from the floor. Then they start dusting the dust from my clothes. And then they start chanting my name. Chucky, 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 chuck him out, chuck him out, chuck him out, chuck him out, chuck him out! When I find myself out in the cold, I'm not even bothered, because that was the most amazing experience of my life. On Monday, I go to Oxfam and I buy myself some jazz clothes. I get myself some extremely baggy trousers, a white shirt, a waistcoat, and to top off my outfit, I get myself the ultimate accessory. I get myself a beret. Then I tune into my favorite radio station and I hit the floor and I start getting down. 7 days later, I am ready. When I get back to the club now, the bouncer does not even bother to pat me down. He just waves me onto the dance floor and I wait my way to the circle and wait for Sweaty Tony to notice me. You can feel the anticipation in the club. Even the DJs bought his super rare Brazilian battle box just for tonight. And with a flick of the wrist, the DJ brings the next tune. I step into the circle, I start getting down. I get so into it, I go straight into the skip, go straight into my special move. As I hit the floor, the crowd goes wild. But not for me. They go wild because Sweaty Tony just stepped up and did a backflip in my face. As I make my way off the dance floor, you can't even hear the music anymore because the people are laughing so loud. And as I make my way out of the club, I see it. I see the box, the DJ box. Because the thing, my friends, is this. The thing about the DJ box is this. You can't see the DJ's feet. You can just see his hands. And that, my friends, is how I became a DJ. And that's the end of that story there.